Hello and welcome. Now that the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra is going on a road which doesn't seem to be leading anywhere, the question I'm asking this week is twofold actually. One, who really can now lead the India Front Alliance? And second, after Bihar and West Bengal, it's going to be the turn of Uttar Pradesh next, where this Yatra is going to take its toll on an alliance which is being worked upon.
इंडिया गठबंधन भी पश्चिम बंगाल में इंडिया गठबंधन के रूप में चुनाव लड़ेंगे।
कांग्रेस का एक कॉकस इंडिया गठबंधन के नेतृत्व को हड़पना चाहता है,
जिसका न कोई नेता है, न कोई नीति है, न कोई नियत है।
Well, to answer your second question first, well, you know, Uttar Pradesh was always a very tricky state and a dicey one, because over there the Congress's organization is possibly one of the worst. There are not even any pockets now left in the state where the Congress party can claim to have a little strong or vibrant organization, unlike say in Bihar or even in Bengal, where at least in Dinajpur, Malda, Murshidabad area the Congress is very aggressive. In Uttar Pradesh, its performance has been lackluster, and the two seats which it really has been angling for is Amethi and Raebareli. But in politics, ye dil mange mo. So the Congress party was making a demand and is for 20-25 seats, on which Akhilesh Yadav is not willing to budge. However, in a surprise tweet, he put out a message that at least on 11 seats, there seems to have been an agreement which has been made between the SP and the Congress. But for the Congress party, that's not enough. So will the 11 number turn out to be a problem area, and as a result of which, will the alliance snap? Now the problem with the alliance not working out in Bihar and also from Bengal is that it is no longer one being seen as a formidable one, and the second, the Congress's image as someone who anyone would want to do business with takes another hit. It also makes the other allies or potential ones very wary. And many of them will say, well, if Mamata Banerjee can say no to a seat sharing because of her own interest, and in Bihar Nitish Kumar decides to go on his own path, why are you then taking faults with, say, an Arvind Kejriwal or a Bhagwat Mann who says that we are not going to give any seats to the Congress party in Punjab? And the same argument can be applied by Akhilesh Yadav that please look at your scorecard, and you are asking for 20 seats. You are lucky that we are even giving you 11. So I certainly wouldn't be surprised if the next fallout is at least Uttar Pradesh. Interestingly, after Northeast, which is Mizoram, Manipur and Meghalaya, the Yatra is going through those areas where there are flashpoints or there could have been coordination. A care has been taken to see that many of the areas which this Yatra is going through are where those alliance talks are taking place or were taking place. And that's also where the collapse has happened, in Bengal, in Bihar. Jharkhand also now seems a little awkward because Hemant Soren is definitely facing heat as far as the ED summons goes. Will that have an impact on the alliance? Will it then have an impact on the seat sharing talks? That's one concern. The second, of course, as I've been talking about, is Uttar Pradesh. And once things seem to be off track, and once it looks that the Yatra is a Yatra which seems to be having no destination, then things often don't fall in place. And all of those who have been inherently against the Congress, but for the sake of larger opposition unity were coming together, whether it's the AAP, whether it's TMC, whether it is Samajwadi Party, they all may now be emboldened to dump the Congress party. And now this brings me to the other big question which I'm raising this week, is that with Nitish Kumar gone, Mamata Banerjee being blow hot, blow cold and saying no to a seat sharing with the Congress party, who is it that one person who can become the face of the India Front Alliance? Well, that's the problem. Can they really be a face? Look, it's very clear that it's going to be India Front if it exists versus the NDA or the Modi factor. Whoever is chosen as a face, even though they don't want to announce a PM face, will have to be someone who matches up somewhat to the Modi factor.
कांग्रेस पार्टी अपने सर्वाइवल के दौर से गुजर रही है। पिछले 2 लोकसभा चुनाव में नेता प्रतिपक्ष के लायक भी उनके पास सांसद नहीं थे, लिहाजा वो क्षेत्रीय जो नेतृत्व है इन दलों का, उनको समाप्त करना चाहते हैं।
when it was talked about as a convener or a chairperson, the idea behind it was that there was not going to be any PM face announcement, but whoever is going to be the convener will by default be the main campaign face. And that is why many thought that Nitish Kumar, coming in from the Hindi heartland belt, from Bihar, someone who belongs to the kind of caste he belongs to, and also little humble beginnings, and someone who at least personally has a squeaky clean image about him of not being corrupt, could in a sense put up a fight against the Modi factor. But what's the point about talking about something which is not going to be happening? So who are you left with? Mamata Banerjee? An absolute no, because if you are talking about a seat sharing which is not going to be happening, then how can she then become the convener or even remotely the face of the alliance? Also, the Hindi heartland belt problem. She belongs to Bengal, a regional party largely being seen, and also not very adept at speaking in Hindi, so that's an absolute no. MK Stalin, again no, because down south, and the last thing that the India front would now want, a perception which is gaining traction that it's largely a south-based party. Who knows if the Akhilesh Yadav fallout also takes place, then the only alliance which may actually be stitched up is the one which is already existing, which is of the DMK and the Congress. So these are the people who will not emerge as the main face, of course, no question of Arvind Kejriwal as well. And then we come down to the Congress party, we zero down to the Congress. Now in the Congress, it's very clear that Rahul Gandhi will not want to be the face or even the campaign chief because of obvious reasons. And also the fact that his own party would not want to risk his political future by making him the main face of the opposition front. Which then brings us to Mallikarjun Kharge. Yes, he's Dalit, good orator in Hindi and English, but this is also the problem because he comes in from Karnataka, and it would give credence to the point of view that India Front Alliance, post Ram Mandir particularly, is only going to be seen as a southern competitor and not as one from the north. So what am I concluding, and this is where I want your opinion. My conclusion is that this is a yatra which is not finding a manzil or a destination. It's been to a jerky, jinxed start, and that's why it is going to be facing a problem both in terms of having that one face which is going to be acceptable to all, or it can be a formidable face, and second, I wouldn't be surprised if it faces more accidents along the path. There are many speed breakers, and for all you know, Akhilesh Yadav may also walk out of the alliance. Is it a near end? Should the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra not even have happened at this point of time? Was the timing completely wrong? Do give me your responses on the social media timeline, and thank you so much for watching.